Hi everyone, this is Samir, and once again I am here with all of you with yet another success story of PMP. The person today is connecting with me. He is from India, but he is currently working in Sweden with one of reputed company, Daisy. He is having almost 2 decades of experience working in power sector, and he was with me since couple of months. Because of all his hard work, consistency, finally he did it. PMP in his very first attempt in a record time, I can say it was somewhere he took 45 or 50 days time on. So I'm connecting with him, and today I will try to uncover some strategy what he has applied in his PMP journey out of what my advices was with him, what my mentoring was with him. So, in addition to that, what strategy he has applied, what all the challenges he has faced, and how he can help future PMP aspirants with few tips, few mantras, might be his personal strategy if he want to share. I will try to take it all out for you guys. Even one or two tips you find useful, it is going to be useful for your PMP preparation. So stay connected with me until the end. Definitely you will get useful this video. So here I would like to invite a gentleman. He is from India. Basically, he's joining me right now from Sweden. His name is Azim Anwar. So Azim Anwar, you are welcome on the screen. And first of all, I would like to give you congratulations for your wonderful performance and achieving PMP with all three domains above target. Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Samir. Thanks a lot for giving this opportunity. Actually, so yeah, I mean, it's really a great experience. This whole journey of PMP preparation, and I'm overwhelmed with the emotions basically. So
I
it
can
was
feel
really a
it.
great experience actually. So yeah, and I hope my experience would help a few more people to go for it. And I think it's really a very it's like a star mark in your career to have this certification, and it is
Yeah.
like one of the best certifications for the project management profession. I mean,
Very
is
true.
like PMI is considered to be the standard body for the project management profession, and yeah, and it's really a great accomplishment for everyone who clears it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it has to be, because the kind of effort and the kind of perseverance, patience, persistence it requires actually, uh, it has to be a great accomplishment for everyone. So I'm really happy, I'm really glad that finally I could succeed it. Till
Mhm.
last day, actually, I mean, you know it very well, till last day I was not so confident, because again, I mean, this is another learning for me and for everyone, that you have to find a mentor and you have to stick to his advice. That's very important, because the world is full of informations. You will find lots of information everywhere. There are many sources, many resources available. And I mean, like, for example, I'm just sharing my personal experience here.
Yeah,
I
sure,
was
sure.
also,
Hmm.
yeah, I was like referring to one or two more modules basically,
Hmm.
just as an additional, let's say, for revision purposes and other things. And there they were saying that, like, you should have 80% or more to be confident about securing this exam.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
so I mean, like, it was like a topic based kind of simulators basically.
Hmm.
So I was practicing that, one of my friend had suggested. So but then I had a mentor in form of Mr. Samir here, and I was sharing all my fears and my apprehensions with him on WhatsApp. And his only statement was, "Go for it, man. Go for it. You can do it. You can do it." And that really inspired me, actually, Sabir. Thanks for your push, actually. Thanks for all the confidence that you have shown in me. I mean, without your motivation, without your guidance, I would not be sitting in this session actually today. I would still be studying probably.
See,
So yeah,
yeah, say,
thanks a lot for
Azim, there should be always a limitation for anything. There should be always a boundary line. As you
correct.
very well said, there is a full of information. There is a, you can say, ocean on the internet where you can find the millions of book, millions of questions which are basically related to the PMP.
Correct.
People get exhausted in knowledge. They never know where to start, where to end. And as you said,
Absolutely.
true that you keep reading. And I have seen, as I told you in the beginning, I do connect with very few people because of time constraint. As you know, every day PMP master is producing two or three PMPs, and we do share in the our WhatsApp group. But it is not possible to connect with each and everyone and capture their conversation. But still, I try my best to connect with some of the people like you. So I have seen as of now, even after 5 years or after 6 years of training, they don't go for exam. And the reason is only, you know what? The reason is not only they are not ready, they do not have confidence. You know,
Correct.
when you were trying to connect with me in last few weeks before your exam, I was completely know what is your situation because I'm serving more than thousands people as of now, served more than thousands and still serving more than thousand people. And I know where is the problem. The problem is not that contents. The problem is that people is underestimating themselves, not choosing the right material, not practicing the right material, not consistent in their preparation. These are the problems. Content wise, people are okay. They do reading, they finish the PM book or they finish the other tax book as per advice, but they don't do with consistency. They do a study 1 week, take off another 1 week, then they come back and then they start again from zero. This keep happening, and that's the reason they spend even 4 years, 5 years, and 6 years, and finally they quit. They think, of PMP is not my cup of tea. So it's keep happening. And you well said, yes, there is. If you don't know the way, if you don't know the path, if you don't know the way where you want to go, find someone who has already gone through that path. So this is very simple secret to get success in anything. That is what I can
Yeah.
say. This is very simple secrets to get success in whatever you are doing. I'm not only
Absolutely.
saying here about PMP. However, our conversation is based on PMP. But if you apply the same formula in any field, whatever you are doing, if you find someone who has already done that task or that things, definitely you're going to get things done very in the simple manner. Okay. And you'll never feel that it is impossible. Nothing is impossible.
Yeah,
It was
I
also
fully agree with
happening
you.
with you. Yeah, it was also happening with you that
Yeah.
you were underestimating yourself and you were trying to score 80% somewhere. You want to see your score above 80%. But exactly, we don't need 80%, 90%, 100% to pass the PMP. However, we don't know exact passing score, but as per my observation or as per any instructor observation who is into training and mentoring the people. And if you are passing the PMP today, and I know your history, I know how you were scoring, how much you were maximum score. So I can say the averaging. that 65 and 75, if you are scoring between 60 or 70, or between 65 to 75, I can say you will pass. So this is how we do evaluate the people, right?
Correct.
Because PMI don't reveal their passing SO. And
Yeah.
that's the reason this is the way I do evaluate the people. And that is the reason only I was saying you that I'm confident in you and you are going to pass the PMP exam.
No,
So
no, I fully agree with you, Samir. And I would like to share something more here, actually. I
yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
as I was sharing with you earlier, I mean, I've been working in this industry for almost like 18 years now. And I started thinking about PMP in around 2010. That was the first time I opened PM book. And I opened PM book at least, if not more, at least 10 times in the last 10 years or 12 years. Okay.
Mhm.
And I could never go beyond framework. Okay.
See.
I could not go beyond framework. Last year, early last year, I enrolled for one training session.
Mhm.
Uh, Again, it was like like what you said, like a regular training session, giving imparting the knowledge. Then somewhere around September, or let's say August, September, when I was moving from India to Sweden, I started having a conversation with few of my colleagues who had recently passed. And Goraksh, I would like to mention his name on this
Yeah.
meeting,
Yeah.
because I really thank him for connecting me with you.
Goraksh,
He
yeah,
just said
yeah,
one
he
thing.
was one of my
Yes,
best mentees as well, like you. Yeah, he's just
correct.
still in
So
touch with me. Yeah.
yeah, so he said, actually, he just said one thing. Azim, you will find lots of trainings around the world, but you will find only a few people who will go after your life to for you to clear the PMP, actually. so so I mean, that really clicked me.
Mhm.
And then there is another colleague who joined along with me in your course.
Yeah.
uh, and we decided, let's go for it.
Yes.
And I still remember, I think I started somewhere on 11th of November when you send the first course material.
Hmm.
uh, that week I was pretty busy with my work, but I somehow managed to have watch one or two videos.
Hmm.
And then in the first class, when you gave this after the first class, you gave this course material basically, and the guidance basically.
Hmm.
Then I mean, I knew, okay, I have to stick to this plan. There were lots of questions on in when we started. Like,
Hmm.
one of the very important question was whether PMBOK 7 or PMBOK 6. And
Yeah,
your
most
answer
often
was
asked question.
yes.
Yes.
And I mean, I still remember your answer. uh, it's not one book, there are n number of books, but
Yeah.
you follow my plan. You
Hmm.
follow my plan to the last bit of it, and you'll clear the PMP. I still remember, I could not I mean, I had to believe my mentor. But
Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking like, what is this, yeah?
What are you saying?
how can one, yeah.
How can I
So
believe it?
but when I yeah, but when I reflect back today on it, I was
Mhm.
like, I was not sticking to the plan in the terms that when I was expected to complete the tasks, I
Hmm.
was behind, of course,
Hmm.
because of the work pressure and everything. But then you kept on motivating us, actually,
Hmm.
till our last class, actually, that
Yeah.
guys, you have to go for it, you have to go for it. Yeah. And one best thing I remember, actually, which helps, actually, and I think it's a big tip for everyone,
Hmm.
that when you start this journey, treat it as a project.
Hmm.
This whole journey you have to treat as a project. You have to understand the benefits of this project. You have to create your project charter. So
Yeah.
you have to create it. You have
Hmm.
to understand the benefits. That is what will keep you motivating.
Yeah.
And another very important thing is, like, you have to fix a target for yourself. That's very important, very critical.
Hmm.
Because unless you have a target in front of you, you will never finish it off. You will never finish it off.
So that you
And
remember
I
we did it in our first day, in our first class.
correct.
right?
Correct. Okay, it's another thing like any other project that we did not stick to the target.
Yeah, but at
But
least we make target.
this
We at least we
correct,
set the deadline, right?
correct.
Yeah.
That's very important for success of any project.
Hmm.
It's a project. I call it as a project,
Hmm.
and it needs to have a target. It needs
Yeah.
to have a target.
Hmm.
Without a target, you cannot pass it, or you cannot cross that hurdle, basically that mindset, basically that I am ready for it.
Yeah.
So target is very important. Identify your mentor. That's a very important thing. This mentor, he will give you a plan. You have to stick to the plan, follow the plan, share your progress with the mentor, the control, the monitoring aspect,
Hmm.
and then the feedback that he gives in terms of the control actions that he gives is very important to go back and stick to it. And I think this project is a iterative project actually,
Yeah,
where
of course. Yeah. I have to. Yeah.
yes,
I
so you
did.
have to have continuous, yes, and you have to have continuous feedbacks in this actually.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
and this is where a great mentor helps you actually to keep you on track, give you feedbacks, and keep you correcting your actions,
Hmm.
improving your actions, and progressing further as you go ahead with the path. So I mean, for me, this has worked out like a project. And I think all the aspects of project I could see happening during this whole journey, with the final result of PMP certification, with the administrative closure of the project by getting that certificate.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that you said, I mean, when I cleared it, that please go and celebrate it.
Yeah.
So this is again a part of the project journey actually. So
Yes. Yes.
for me, it was completely a project journey actually, this
Hmm.
PMP certification.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot during this journey actually about projects. Really speaking, I mean, the journey never ends. It is only a start basically. I mean, the
Hmm.
knowledge, it will never end.
Hmm.
You have to continue, and that is how this program is again designed for. Like, you have to secure 60 PDUs
Yeah.
for keeping your renewing your PMP certification. The
Yes.
intent is very clear that knowledge never stops and you have to continue studying. And I
Yes.
think, I mean, for me, it is just a start actually.
Hmm.
But it was a great journey, Samir, and I'm completely overwhelmed. I have so many thoughts running in my mind. But yeah, it was an
Just
amazing journey.
let's come out all the thoughts, all the moments which you have spent since last 3 months. I think it's been you were seriously into preparation for 2 to 3 months, and you
Yeah,
finally got succeed. So as you told
yeah,
Azim that the commitment, the deadline, and to treat PMP as a project. So yes, you frame this PMP as a project very well. Administrative part, which was your, closing of the PMP as a certified PMP plus celebration. So it's yeah, even it's happening in the practical life that when we
yeah,
complete the project, we do celebrate. Mainly, we should celebrate, but some projects organizations don't do. They save money, but generally we should do. Okay, so also you like you mentioned that we should give the deadline. So giving deadline or setting the deadline for anything, it is a ultimate inspiration. Basically, it's inspire you and make you accountable. So you remember
yeah,
on very first day, as I told everyone, that give me one deadline.
yeah,
Take your 2 minutes time, figure out your time constraint, your personal, professional time constraint, and give me some a specific date and stick it in front of your study table wherever you are studying, right? So it
yeah,
will, whenever you see this deadline, it will keep inspiring you and you
yeah,
feel accountable. So that is the worst, the way I start my batch, and happy to know that you guys find useful and inspiring this strategy. So this is basically I have developed this strategy like affirmation also. In the first class, I do get affirmation from everyone to repeat with me, I can do, and I'm committed. And once I have committed, I have to be persistent until unless I cleared my PMP. So this kind of affirmation also, give you confidence and make you more accountable, make you more committed for what you have
Absolutely.
initiated to complete it. So this is all happened, and it's happening throughout the PMP journey. So good to know this all the to recalling this all the things which we
Yeah.
have happened during the our PMP journey. From your batch, you are the second person who cleared
Yeah.
in I think within 2 weeks after training. Still,
Yeah.
again, as you can see, I always write in the WhatsApp that people,
Yeah.
90% of participants in your batch is ready for PMP exam. But because
Yes.
of fear, because of their other time constraint, because of their other challenges, they are still not going ahead and taking the exam. So that is the different things, right? But I do my level best. I keep try to push them and motivate them, and even I personally ring them or message them to please let me
Yeah.
know what is your exact date. So once I have seen some people give me the date that they have booked, and next week when I follow, they say I have postponed it. So it's happened with some people. Okay,
Yeah.
but this is the conversation also I am doing for them, especially who is postponing their exam, because this person he has not postponed his exam. Even you, I remember, wanted to postpone your exam, but I
Yeah.
stopped.
In fact,
Yeah, I
yeah. In fact,
stopped
I
you. I
postponed
told
it.
you that I am
Yeah.
asking you to don't postpone your exam. Go for it,
Yes.
and I am very sure you will pass the exam. See, when I do mentor the people, I know the capability. I know what I am teaching and how you are performing. So, what else need more? Nothing,
Yes.
right? This is all
Yeah.
about mindset.
Absolutely.
Also, I'm not only responsible to teach you the PMP contents, but also I try to change your mindset. That is also very important.
Yeah.
Another person, Suresh, he has already booked his exam. His exam is on 25th February. He
Yeah.
called me yesterday, and even he called me today. He asked me yesterday, Samir, when you will tell me whether should I go for exam on 25th or I should postpone it. I have told you to take the exam. I don't care how much you are scoring. You have spent enough time into preparation, and you have to keep practicing the mock which I have given to you,
Yeah.
and you will pass the exam. So this is a message also I want to share for Suresh, that Suresh, you don't have to postpone your exam once again. You have already postponed many times, and this time you are going to take your exam. Okay,
Yeah.
coming back to your journey, Azim, like if I will ask something about your challenges. I know there are always challenges in the PMP journey because we all are into job, and the job is somewhere 8 to 10 hours takes your time. And after that,
Yeah.
if you have your family, that they need also sometimes. So how did you manage your preparation? Did you like schedule your timetable in the morning before going to office or after coming to office? So how did you like studied the your task which has been created for you?
Yeah. So for me, I mean, like, I normally start early in the day, actually around 7:30 or so, and then finish it off by 5 o'clock. So I mean, uh, on the weekdays, it was in the evenings that I used to get time, and on most of the working days, I never got more than 1.5 hours, because after coming back from office, I was very tired. But then after a bit of rest, then I started studying. So 1.5 hours approximately on a daily basis.
Mhm.
And on weekends, it was like quite an open one. Because fortunately, I mean, that was another reason why I decided that my family is still not joined here. So I
Mhm.
was all alone.
Good.
So I decided that before they come, I should clear it anyway. So yeah, so this was another. So weekends I could spend, I mean, any number of hours.
Mhm.
Uh, Another important thing actually in this journey, which is like a lessons learned for us, because that's an important aspect from the project management, that
Yeah.
after you close the project, at the closing of the project, you should capture the lessons learned.
Yes.
So I would say, I mean, the methodology that I followed,
Hmm.
I mean, specifically as advised by you, I
Hmm.
followed the Rita books and the agile guide from the PMBOK as per your plan. And then after completing one's total course, I went through the presentations
Hmm.
once for all three domains.
Hmm.
Okay. And then I identified a few areas where I was not very confident. So I would repeat them again and again. And few topics maybe I would have seen 4 or 5 times at least.
Hmm.
One thing which I did not do well was about planning my mocks. So
Okay.
that was something probably, I mean, a tip to everybody, that one should plan the mocks very well, because that gives you a good, let's say, frames your mind for the examination conditions. The kind of questions that comes in the examinations, these mocks are very useful. So I think important thing here is to give enough time to mocks, analyze those results of the mocks, because from those results also you learn a lot. And
Mhm.
that really helped me in my exams, whatever, I mean, I could go through the mocks. But I think I feel I should have done more mocks.
Hmm.
That would have increased my confidence level, and probably a different at a different knowledge level altogether. But this is something probably everybody should plan very well about the mocks, and just go by what Samir is saying about the mocks. Follow his routine. He has a very good recipe of the mocks in simulator as well as offline exams. Just follow his advice and follow all the mocks. This is really going to help you. I think this is my biggest lesson that I want to share with everyone from this
Okay.
project.
So,
Yeah.
as you said, taking mock test means planning mock test, when you should start and how many mock tests minimum you should take, something like that. You want to say here to plan about
Yes.
for the mock test. So,
Yes.
how many minimum mock you think people should try before taking the exam, and how many days before exam they should start taking mock test?
For, I mean, I think at least 15 days before the exam,
Mhm.
one should start the mocks.
Hmm.
Okay. And like you have like full mocks of five
Hmm.
full mocks,
Hmm.
and then you refer different other mocks as well. So I think it would be really helpful if we spend like 15 days, or start the mocks 15 days before the exam.
Mhm.
And then at least I think 7 to 8 mocks is important to get in that frame of mind actually. I mean, this is my personal assessment,
Yeah,
but it
complete,
can be
completely agree,
yeah.
because no matter what advices as a mentor I'm given to you and others given to their mentees, there is something different, and it's not always work for same thing for everyone. So you
Yeah.
go out of that and apply something different way, different method which works for you, and that is the reason we are connected with different people to know their thought, to know their experience. This is the one of the things I can highlight it here, that to know from you that we should not uh, start mock test a week back, but at least we should give more times in mock
Yeah.
practice. So that is completely fine. Generally, I do advise to start mock 10 days before your exam. The strategy is take one mock, in a single day, evaluate, and
Yeah.
then take another mock in another day. Why
Yeah.
one mock in one day? Because it is going to take you 4 hours. So, as a working professional, you do not have time on the same day to go for evaluation. If you already
Yeah.
spent 4 hours for mock test, then to evaluate your mistakes, you need another day, 3 to 4 hours. So
Yeah.
that is the strategy I ask my mentees to go for mock test 10 days before and 5 mock tests as I have already on the PMP Master website. In addition to that, I have asked you to practice some
Yeah.
more mock tests, but unfortunately, you didn't give time. Things gone well. You did PMP, so that is fine. But yes, 7, 8 is quite enough number of mocks
Yeah.
for anybody. And question with you, Azim, is if you want to share few tips, like few mantras, I can say from your personal experience. So, what would be few mantras for your from your experience for the future BMP aspirants?
Yeah. So for me, like, first of all, you have to decide that you have to go for the PMP
Hmm.
and go all out for it. Actually, don't just plan it. Don't just think about it. Go all out. Prepare for it. Find a good guide. Find a good mentor who can help you in. I think that is the most important thing. And the critical thing in all this thing is having a right mentor. That is very important, because
Yes.
uh, it's a big, let's say, ocean
Yeah.
of knowledge.
Hmm.
And to know where to start from, where what to pick, and how to let's say refine it. All those things only an experienced person can give. And I think you one needs a good mentor actually. That's very important.
Yeah.
So
So
I would strongly recommend everyone to have a mentor. I'm not going to take any names here, which
sure.
mentor or who mentor, but find your
But
mentor.
must be there
And
must be one mentor.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. That is most
yes,
important. Yeah, that is most
yes,
important. It is not about whom you are making mentor, but yes, the key things here to note down that you should have someone. As I again repeat the same line, if you don't know the way, if you don't know the path where you want to go, find someone who has already gone through that path. That is simple success secret for anything. And when one
mentor is
say,
the light. Mentor
yeah,
is the light in the tunnel basically. So
of course, he find your weakness and he find your strength, and then he start working on it, and that is what you need because you are in ocean and swimming. You don't know where is the edge of ocean. So the person who has already swimmed out of ocean, he can help you really out, get out of ocean. Yeah. So this is called mentor. Guys, the person he is still with me discussing about his PMP success story. It is something I can say a special and informative, motivational conversation we are having now with Azim. I remember he in the beginning told he wanted to get PMP 10 years back. 10 years is something, a complete 1 decades. But he was in the loop of PMP and finally he did it. So I have one message also here that never stop thinking to doing something great. Keep thinking, be in loop, and if you keep thinking, if you be in loop, if you are surrounded with like-minded people, you'll get the way out of it. And that is another message I can get out from this conversation while discussing with this Azim. So you see how it's happened when you have someone. the things is happen. When you have guidance, when you have a right strategy, the things definitely happen, right? So with this, we are going to wrap up our session, and I hope you guys got some encouragement, and definitely there is some useful tips he has shared. Try, adopt, see whether it's working for you or not, because not all things is working for everyone. Everyone is unique. Their way of learning is unique. Some of people are quick learners, some slow learner. Time constant is there. So of course, this has to be customized. And if you are confused in all it, find someone who has gone through it. Okay, definitely he will make your life easy. So with this conversation, I would really give a tons of thanks to Azim. He has spared his time, and he joined me for sharing his thoughts, his experience of PMP journey. Definitely this is going to be useful for whoever is watching this and aspiring for PMP certification. So, with this, thank you so much, and I will keep bringing such informative and motivational success PMP journey with all of you. The purpose is all is to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, so that also you get your PMP certification. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
and stay connected. Thank you.